All right, well, good evening, everyone. My name's Suzanne Steele, and tonight we are going to share a first look at a better way to a life in balance. And we are a group of people who are all about enriching lives, uplifting the world, and sharing prosperity. And we're going to start out with this wonderful slide with Nancy.
Yes, Mr. Isamu Masuda, who is pictured here, is the founder of Nikken 43 years ago. And in 1989, they opened up in North America with the world headquarters in North America. It is a debt-free company with billions of global sales and millions of satisfied customers. Mr. Masuda had a issue with his son, and he needed medical finances to help his son, and he came up with the first product, which is still a product, the insoles, and went door to door, and he's turned this business into in 4 years it became the fastest growing company in Japan's history during that period. And Nikken still holds that record, and that's pretty lofty compared to all the other big Japanese companies that are out there. And his philosophy came from his family, who had was very impacted by World War I, and he's lived his life with the idea that we can obtain world peace through world health.
Thank you, Nancy. And Nancy's coming to us from Florida, and the other presenter that I have tonight is Lori Jones from South Carolina.
And so Mr. Masuda's philosophy actually came from his mother. It's called the 5 Pillars of Health. It's about humans being more and living your life in balance. If we say that our beliefs and our spirit is the core, and then you have 5 pillars, you want to live with a healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy family, meaning healthy relationships with your family and time for your family, healthy society where you have not only the time but the finances and the energy to give back to society, and healthy finances. And working all of those together, there should be a balance. So while you're watching this evening, think about which ones jump out at you and for what reason they would.
So for so many people, the one thing that creates a lot of stress in their life is the finances. That finance pillar is not balanced. Now, mostly it's because of the choices that we have made, and we've decided one way or another to be on the 2 left quadrants of this picture. This is called the cash flow quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki, and most of us are either employees or we're self-employed. We either have a job or we own a job. And if we have a job, we might feel like this young woman we feel like we're in a box. We can't do what we want when we want. We might not even be able to take vacation when we want to. Now, the other person on this side is a picture of a doctor, but this also can be lawyers or contractors or plumbers, electricians. All of these people are self-employed, and if they're not working, they're not earning money. Now, the other way that finances can be a little more balanced is through being on the other 2 sides of this quadrant, either being a business owner, have a system working for you like a Starbucks, or have enough extra money like Warren Buffett pictured here today, who has excess money, so his money is working for him. Now, there is a new trend emerging. It's called the gig economy. And this is wonderful because it's happening with the change in our world. You see computers and cell phones pictured here on the right, and that is meaning that we have a portable business. We can do a business wherever we are with our cell phone. And this is wonderful for the younger generations that are now in the workforce. The millennials have joined, and they want mobility. They want something that's more work-life balance. And the idea of a gig economy came from the music industry. Musicians would play gigs on the weekend and in the evenings, and this was something fun, something they enjoyed doing. And so this concept of a gig economy is something that can help us bring better balance to our finances.
And the health facts are our bodies are burdened. We all feel stress, and they impact with heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, allergies, sleep, and weight. Stress affects everything in your body, and it affects all 5 pillars of health. Sleep, as this young woman is obviously not sleeping very well, and one poor night's sleep drops your immune system immediately by 60%. So you can only imagine if you have multiple nights with no sleep. And weight, it says right here, 2 in 3 adults considered overweight or obese, and the weight loss industry is $20 billion annually. And that shouldn't be. We should all be healthier. And water, I live here in Florida, and I won't even drink the tap water or cook with it because there's all kinds of things in it. In bottled water, there's so many contaminants in it. There could be plastics in it, and you don't even know if bottled water is from actually a spring or an industrial area. So I shower, my cat drinks the water, the PipeMag water, and I soak all my vegetables and I cook with it. And we are much healthier because of it.
So because of those health facts, we now have a new health trend. And it's not just those adults that are overweight and obese. I work in a middle school and I see it every day. 2 out of 3 children are obese. And a lot of those children do not sleep well. Not only the rates of obesity have increased, but cardiovascular disease, even cancer. We have children in our middle school that have cancer. We have children that have diabetes. A lot of the kids don't eat vegetables, even though they have to have it on their tray for it to be a meal. And they do not get exercise. And then, of course, we do have wonderful electronics that do help us in a lot of ways. But people don't realize that it zaps their energy as well. And a lot of the children spend a lot of hours with electronics. So even though these are the health trends, there is a solution.
And what is the solution? What is the answer? It's to take responsibility yourself and choose self-care. Be healthy by choice, not by chance. If you choose, all the presenters on here and other people are all Nikan active wellness, and we've chosen to be healthy, and we haven't done it all at once overnight. It's been a gradual process. So choose to be active and take an active process in getting your health and your family health better.
And it is a compound effect. The small choices that we make every day in all of the areas of our life, you add consistency to that and time, and it does produce a radical difference. Just an example in my life, small choices to drink water instead of soda, to take the stairs, to park further away from an appointment or where I was heading, to continue to choose better health choices. And over time, it's been a few years, I have lost over 100 pounds. It has resulted in my relationships are better, I'm happier, and I'm more like the girl up top with the sunglasses. I love to live life. I used to be the girl down bottom. And all of those choices every day have now become habits for me, and it's part of my character. And I thank God for the choices I've made, and it hasn't been easy, and it hasn't been as consistent as I like, but we all have those choices to make in every area of our life, and it compounds. It's like a snowball. It becomes bigger and bigger, and it can be a good snowball or it can be a not so good snowball.
So which choice would you like to make to make those improvements that Lori was just talking about? What we offer is what we call a certified wellness home. It is a greenhouse that we've created, that Nikan has helped us create inside your house. You see this beautiful greenhouse with all the plants thriving inside. Well, we incorporate different things and we call it the good news for wellness and health. And G stands for grounding, N for nutrition, E for energy, water is W, and S for sleep. So now let's take a little closer look at each of those.
So the nutrition is a whole program. It's all organic based, all food. And there's a number of, just a selection of what we have out there. And the Kensing Vital Balance is a breakfast, lunch, a meal replacement. I have it breakfast and lunch every day because I'm always on the go. And we have the bone health, which is shown up there, and the joint Ciaga. It's all very many fruits that is very healthy, and the jade greenzymes. These are all synergistically made to help your body maintain its health and improve its health. And I feel very healthy and very pleased that we have all these wonderful products.
And the E is for energy. The first product I ever had is a pair of those insoles, and I immediately felt more energy. And all of the products that I use on the go, the bracelets, the necklace, the Kenko Ground is really amazing. That's that pad underneath all of those energy products. And all of those items are very simple to use. And sometimes I don't even remember I'm using them, but I know that I'm getting energy and I'm feeling good, a lot better than I should, doing the things that I do every day. So I really appreciate all these energy products that Nikan has researched and developed so they are the best of the best. And then the W is for water. And I always give this same story because to me it's amazing. The Pymag water, you see the waterfall, there's the to-go bottle, the on-the-go sports bottle, and then you see the shower head. A few summers ago, the only thing I changed, I was already doing the water on the go and the waterfall, but I started using the shower head. And as a lifeguard in South Carolina, putting in 40 to 50 hours a week in the sunshine, 100 degrees or more every day, I started using that shower head and I did not have to use lotion anymore. And for me, I know it's because my body is well hydrated now. So the water products are amazing, and they just make me feel good and healthy.
And then the S in news is sleep. And here we show a little magnetic mask at the bottom, which you can put over your eyes and sleep deeply. The folded bottom is the magnetic pad that you sleep on your bed. It is the Earth's energy, and the folded quilt up top is our sleep quilt that is the sun's energy. It actually, I call it the marriage saver when I lived in New Hampshire because I wanted 3 blankets and my husband wanted just 1. And we got this Nikan quilt, and I was able to sleep very warm and he was able to sleep with a cool. And actually we go into a deep, deep sleep. And then there's a pillow that has some magnetics in it, and it can adjust to the thickness of the pillow that you want. So by sleeping on the Earth's surface and the sun's energy, you get a deeper sleep and you can have a wonderful day the next day.
So this is a business that we have so many different solutions that we want to focus each week on a potential of a particular one that can help build your business. So this week, our focus is wellness on the go. So I know Lori and I were traveling this past week, a week ago, and I got in that plane, and I could just imagine someone spraying that plane before we got in to take care of all the germs, or maybe there was someone next to me that I didn't really want them to take a nap on my shoulder. You're going through TSA, you have to dump your water, and then you have to find water for $4 or $5 in the airport. God forbid you need to buy food. What are you going to eat? And maybe you don't have great food to eat where you're going to stay. And how about the sleep and the other things that Nancy and Lori just spoke about? Well, we have solutions for wellness on the go. And I'm going to turn it over to Lori to start, and then Nancy, and I'll pick up. Lori, what are some of the solutions you used when you were on the go?
Well, we were on the go to a wedding, and it was a celebration from start to finish. And you can see the Kenko ground down on the bottom, the tan pad. I slept on that, and I had danced for 4 hours straight. I'm 52. The docs say I need a total hip replacement on my left hip, and I use the mag flex as well, which is that back flex with all the dots on it. And I'll tell you, I woke up, I had no issues. We also used the Kenko seat that you see that says Nikan, that black seat. We used that in the car all the way down to Miami. I drove the whole way. I felt fantastic. I also drank the KVB that you see there. And, I slept with my sleep mask, and I just felt great. I brought my pillow as well. And these solutions are so simple, and they're so easy to pack and go with. And everybody used them. Whoever needed it had it. I also had, that's not pictured, the Kenko Touch, which is magnetics that automatically goes around and causes a high magnetic flow, and it helps my muscles to feel better when I've overused them. And I was glad to overuse them. It was a lot of fun. So the on the go is wonderful, and it's great that we can recover after activity, much like an athlete.
And I've had a lot of travel experiences and used these Nikan products for 16 years. And we used to go to the Caribbean from New Hampshire, and I would always get off the plane from cold to warm, and I would have strep throat. So the doctors wanted me to get on antibiotics, and that's what I did until I was introduced to Nikan. Well, I take the immunity a week before I go, all the time I'm away, and when I get home. And when I was traveling, then I never ever got sick. I went up to New Hampshire in September in a plane, that machine with all the germs, and I sat next to somebody with a cold, and I didn't get sick. The water bottle I travel with, it's so easy. Like Suzanne said earlier, you don't have to throw your water bottle. You have to remember to dump the water out. And a couple of years ago, I had to make a quick 16-hour trip from Florida to New Hampshire because we sold our house. So the cat and I got in the car, and I did a 12-hour and a 14-hour, and all I did was the KVB, the green jade signs, the carrots, strawberries. I stopped to go to the bathroom. I stopped to fill the gas up, but I survived on all the Nikan nutritionals and the KVB. So there's so many, and the seat, of course, the seat. So these are great solutions.
And not to belabor the point of all these solutions, the one thing in the middle that I know both of these ladies use, that I used, called CM cream. It's a little tube. It's like WD-40 for your joints. Well, after dancing those 4 hours, I put that on the bottom of my feet, and when I travel, I rub some of that on my neck and my back, and that keeps things moving and flowing and not all worked up. And I spent the day in the airport, both down and back, and so I did have my own water bottle, which was great, and to have the Kenzen Vital Balance shake available to me, and I too take that immunity a couple of days before I double up, and I too do not have to worry about who I'm sitting next to in the plane. The other beautiful thing is our business that I was able to share with a number of people during my trip. And how do we do that? Well, very easily. We ask some questions, we find out where people's needs are, we invite them to take a look at this if this is something they'd like to learn about, whether it's the products or this idea of creating additional income and make an impact on other people. Niken does all of the tough stuff by inventorying and doing all the research and development, and they give us new products during the year. And they also compensate us weekly for when we share these things with new customers, and monthly for our team's efforts. And it's a wonderful way to share active wellness and prosper. Nance, you're muted.
I'm sorry. What Niken entrepreneurs do, everyone on this call, we collaborate. It's a collaborative effort. I'm having trouble talking today. And we help each other. I'll call Suzanne if I need a question answered. We never answer a question unless we know the correct answer. And we help each other. And it's a wonderful group, and the support is fantastic. There's always somebody there to compound and leverage and help each other.
And so what is your potential and what is my potential? Well, we really don't know, but we can learn a lot from apples and an orchard. If the seeds are your potential and you plant those in the ground, how many trees are you going to get? Well, we don't know, do we? But a Niken is much like an orchard, and we really don't know how many people we can really affect, and in such a positive way. One of the most wonderful things about this business is that it's an inside job, and I have learned more about myself and have built my character as much as building a business and learning about Niken. And so you're really not sure once you get out in the orchard who belongs to who. That's the other thing amazing about this. When we help each other, sometimes there's someone helping me that doesn't even stand to benefit financially. And that's not normal in corporate America. And so it's a wonderful thing to work together to form an orchard and certify wellness homes one at a time.
And so we hope that as you've been listening over the last few minutes, one of those 5 pillars of health, or maybe 2 of them, might have jumped out at you, as Lori suggested at the beginning. And maybe you've seen or heard something that might help you bring better balance to you and your family. If so, we encourage you to get back to the person that introduced you to Niken and asked you to join us tonight. And please get back with that person, get all of your questions answered. And we hope that you choose an active life now and in the future by either connecting us with people, perhaps becoming a customer, or maybe you already are a customer and you're ready to partner with us.